Welcome to AI, the cool stuff.
Hello, my name is David Harris. As usual, I forgot to press the record at the beginning of the meeting, so I'm just slotting this bit in here just to give you an overview of, of what we talked about. To start with, we went round the room with the attendees. As you'll see later on, we had I'll have to refer to my list here. We had Michael Eve, who's an entrepreneur, and he's promoting now.ai. Simon Merritt, who's a Excel expert. Jeff Veal, he operates a VA business and is an experienced marketer. Yeah, Jane Chakravorty, her business supports Linux and small businesses using Linux because it's open source. Dave Caudle, who's an expert in getting your CV right and getting recruited. So he helps people find work, by presenting themselves in such a way as you've got a better chance of getting those good jobs. Andy Harris, no relation. He's an expert in web statistics, so if you know where your visitors are coming from and you know what they're doing, you can then tailor your offering. Also, so it's management information through web statistics. And Sharon Smith, she was new to our meeting today, and she was most welcome. And she's a nutrition expert and a coach to try and help fight the diseases, Western style diseases. It sounded like sort of diabetes and things with food, with your diet. So that was good. So we went around the room, and the other question we asked was what percentage of your output for social media and for other things, what percentage of your content is video and what percentage is text? Now, the best I think we got was about 30 to 50%. Most people were zero or pretty low. So, and the reason why we asked this question was that 72% of your audience, a small business audience, prefers video to written content. So we were asking the question, how much of your marketing content is on video? This was inspired by another guy, Jonathan Mast, who's a marketer, sort of white beard marketing strategies. He's got a wonderful website, and he puts out some great videos. So I was inspired by him. I watch his videos. Jeff knows him really well. And the average, on average, the video output of businesses is about 12%. That means you're missing out on tremendous engagement because you're producing content in the wrong format. So we had a discussion about creating videos. Now, because we've talked about this before, I'm not going to go into the Google aspect because because the Google search page is going to change to a zero-click experience where it will just give you the answers rather than giving you a list of websites. That is going to affect everybody. One, if you're one of the people that do the top 50, top 10s, or recipes and things like that, this thing, if you say, how do you make a chocolate brownie, this thing's just going to tell you. It won't give you a list of websites, not at the top anyway. And then that's going to be it's an issue for everybody else because everything's going to be pushed down the page and maybe onto page 2 as well, which 95% of people don't go. So we were talking about video as being a good way, and if you don't like seeing yourself on video, then you've got to get over yourself. You could use avatars, and that is a way, but you're far better using a talking head. And we talked about that, and we talked about TikTok and Facebook, the short form videos on all the platforms. So they're sort of reels on Facebook and Instagram and a TikTok video, all under a minute, all about 45 seconds. and I related the story where I had 767 views for my very first TikTok video, thought this was wonderful, but then I looked at the dwell time and it was 4 seconds. So I'm told you've got 1 second on TikTok to get your message across, a little bit longer on LinkedIn, but not only, we're talking seconds, not a long time. So you have to get that hook in. And what we talked about was getting that hook. And so we, obviously there are some things that need to be right, like your lighting and your audio, you know, the obvious things, but it's that first sentence that's going to decide whether your video lives or dies. So I'm just going to quickly share the screen. If I can, I'm sure it's that one. Yes, it is. Okay. So no, I need to. This isn't the one. I need to look at my. Okay. This is it. Okay. I organize, this is my prompt, which I just did off the top of my head. I normally research my prompts a bit more. I organise a business network meeting each week under the brand name of Peppercorn on Friday between 10 AM and 11 AM. The theme is AI. The title of the meeting is AI. The cool stuff. Attendees get to introduce themselves and have presentations and discussions about AI tools. We've discovered this makes us more productive. Can you write me 10 hooks for short-term social media videos? The videos are talking head videos, so it's just me talking at the camera, and I want 10 hooks. So that's the opening sentence, or the first words that people see on a post, if you're using text. So it's that to grab people. So I was saying we should use ChatGPT or other AI chats are available, and see what it comes up with, you know, and it came up with some pretty good ones. Ever wondered how AI can stream your workday? This Friday at Peppercorn, we're diving into tools that will blow your mind. Don't miss out. So, and things along that theme. So we were saying that AI tools we love, we hate, we can't live without. We're spilling it all at Peppercorn this Friday. Join us for the inside scoop. So we did talk about those, and we had a few contributions on what you need to make a good video. So that was it. And then we talked about tools on your phone to put on. Well, there was two main one. Is Veed was the one that I used, because we can put captions on your video. Dum dum dum. You know, they come up in a really snazzy way, so they make the video a bit less boring. And the other one was CapCut, which is produced by TikTok, but you can use it for any social media. You've just got the CapCut watermark on it. If you use it for other social media, you don't if you use it for TikTok. But they've got thousands of templates, so you can modify any of those with CapCut. You do have to spend a little bit of time looking at it. You can't just go in there and say, "Oh my God, this is too difficult." You do have to practice, explore the interface, and make sure everything is right. So that was mostly what we did in the first half. I've obviously made it much shorter. So well, now what follows is the rest of the meeting, where we talked about well, we were using a system where you could create a WordPress website in 60 seconds, and Pi.ai PI, which I think is an awesome thing, but you'll see that now. Does everybody know about Pi.ai? I think it's really cool. It's the cool thing isn't the it isn't the desktop version, because I've lost myself again. Let me just share. This is the this is the interface. So this is just a question I keyed in yesterday. I've got someone I'm talking to. Her surname's Badia. I know she's foreign, but I didn't know. I wanted to know where that surname came from, and apparently it's from Romania. But I mean, and it works the same way as all the others. There's no premium version. It just works. There's no option there to buy. You just use it for free.
I think this is open source, isn't it, Dave? And it was created by Reid Hoffman.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. So because I haven't looked into it. But what I have been using is the app, and the app's awesome. So it prides itself on being the most personable of AIs. So you install the app, put PI space AI, otherwise it gives you a load of other stuff beginning with PI, and then you can just have a conversation with it, and you can talk about it. So the first time you use it, it'll ask you how you are and what you got planned for today, and then you tell it, and then it will ask you if you want any help with any of those things, and it will start building a conversation, and it knows your name and things like that. So it's sort of when you set it up. So it's and you can talk to it about anything. I mean, you can talk to it about business issues. You can talk to it about and the beauty of it is everything you've spoken about. It's the same as ChatGPT. Everything you've spoken about on the app then appears on the sort of online on your desktop or on your phone. You can look at the text and you can cut and paste stuff, so you can be sitting there in the morning drinking your coffee, just having a chat about how, doing your hooks and things like that, and it'll just produce them all while you're chatting, so I think it's I haven't done any blogging or anything with it. I've just done brainstorming, really, and it seems pretty good at brainstorming.
Sorry, David, can you spell it again? I didn't realize it was that.
PI
space AI.
Well, it's pi.ai is the website, but if you're searching for the app on your phone, you do PI space AI, it'll pick it up more easily. Otherwise, it'll there's loads of stuff that start with PI or I've got pi in them. So it's like a beige.
Oh,
yeah.
Got it. Personal assistant. Yeah. Sorry, thank you.
Brown, like brown colour. Well, I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's free, and it's a and I've been using it as much as I've been using the stuff I'm paying for.
So, where does it come from, David? Where does it come from?
I think it was created by Reid Hoffman, Michael.
Reid who?
He was involved in the founder of many apps and applications that we use today. So yeah, he's very interesting bloke, actually. I heard him on that. I don't know if anybody listens to The Rest Is Leading with Rory whatever his name is, and Alistair Campbell, but he was interviewed on that. He's absolutely fascinating guy.
His name is Craig?
Reid Hoffman.
Reid Hoffman. Must be American.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It sounds like it. Yeah. I'm just trying to oh, there it is. Okay. For some reason my thing's not showing up. Right, shall we try and build a website in 60 seconds?
Yes. We'll judge you.
Well,
let me set the time.
Give it a chance to go through it. So I've never used it, so that's my get out. So I mean, because I wanted to see if it works, because I want to go in new and see if what it says on the front page is right. So it's a website called zipwp.com. And it says I did sign up, so I'm going to log in. So it said create a stunning WordPress website in 60 seconds. No kidding. So so I'm going to log in with Google with one click. There you go. So this is the dashboard. This is what you get as soon as you log in. So create a new. So we do a complete website. So this is for
probably a landing page would be probably a bit easier, Dave. What do you think?
Oh, I didn't want to make it easy for them, but yeah, go on then. What's the name of the landing page? Come on, Jeff, give me a name.
Your virtual assistant.
Let's continue with that. A few words, be as descriptive as you can. Wasn't ready for that, you see. So now I'd have to go away and go to ChatGPT and produce the input for that. So
what are the benefits of what are the benefits of a virtual assistant, maybe?
Website, yeah. If I would structure it better than this. Give me the benefits of having a VA. Right, let's see. So now, cost efficiency, flexibility, increased productivity, scalability, access to wide skill set. It's pretty good stuff, isn't it? Improved work-life balance.
All the things we do.
Quick onboarding, reduce risk in upscaling operations, because you can just sack them off if it all goes tits up. So there's confidentiality and security, and there you go. So let's just copy that. And let's go back to our oh, I can't see it now because the thing's in the way. Right, let's
Wow. Amazing.
so shall we go for
I think we can say that's pretty sexist, can't we?
Yeah, we certainly can. Not one bloke.
it's all chicks. Yeah. Well, let's okay. Here are images. Please choose the ones that best suit your desired outcome. Well, that's oh, we don't want that. She's working in a living room. We want it to look a bit professional, don't we? She's asleep.
The bloke with the girl's not bad. They did, you know, she's discussing a project, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. On the phone. Okay. Well, let's just do this. So I've selected the images. How can people get in touch? Okay, I just put my email address in there. Number in there.
15 Smith Street.
Do you mean 10?
Yeah.
I thought when you started, I thought you were deliberately doing it wrongly to.
Facebook. Okay, so then you put in your Facebook. I just put in facebook.com, but we get the picture, so we can add other social medias. Oh, facebook.com/facebook.com. Okay. It says Twitter. Well, it's got the X symbol in there. Okay, let's see how that looks. So okay, so it's got some so it's given us it's given us a load of options as well, so that's good. I like that one there. So
The option two looks good, stands out.
yeah.
2 and 4 are good.
Yeah, so let's go for 2. 5 looks good as well. Select the features you want on your website. Showcase your videos.
Yeah, good. I like the donations. I like them. Need some money.
Free live chat. Donations. boost sales funnels. I don't know what that is. Oh, well, I know what it is. I don't know what it means in this context. So automation and integration. I don't know what it is, so let's click it anyway. So almost there. Let's start building the website. I think you can build 2 websites for a month for free. So
It must have cost after that, Dave. Probably fairly minimal, I'd imagine.
no, it's $400 a month.
Oh, is it?
Wow.
Wow. But
But
that's,
it's
that's unlimited, is it? I guess.
yeah. So, but
Yeah, if you're a web designer, guys, pumping them out for tradesmen, $400 is nothing. You
yeah.
can charge that.
Oh
you
yeah,
can charge
yeah.
that per site.
If it's doing a really good job,
Yeah.
Well, I wonder whether you can take your zip created website and put it on a different server, and how, I mean, it's like Wix. I think there was a real issue with domains. You more or less had to get them through Wix, which
right, okay.
I don't know.
If I can get access to the WordPress admin panel, I'll be able to move this website.
Right.
So URL, okay, so it's got let me just take a screenshot of that. And then so I'm gonna copy that. Oh, it's want me to copy them anyway. So that's my URL. I don't know if it's gonna let me
So it's going to host it somewhere, but I imagine if it's left there, it's going to be amongst a neighborhood of all sorts of shitty stuff people create, dodgy stuff, etc., isn't it?
yeah. So this is so I don't know where we go from there. I mean, let's customize website. Is it going to put me into the
I see it, David, as like the poor man's brochure. You know, it's a starting point at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can grab it, yeah.
Yeah.
Be my only worry.
It's got the customized. Okay, so I can customize the colors and everything. But can I get into if I go to WP-admin, is it going to let me?
Oh.
I am there. So
yeah.
Is it going to let me add a plugin? Yes, it is.
Yes, goodness.
So yeah, so it'll enable me to use a
backup, and you can save that to a local file, I'm assuming, and then
yeah. So I mean, if I do all in one, because that's the one I use. There, so all in one WP migration. So we can install that and activate it, and then we can export it. So now that we need to replace, I can replace copy. I can replace the URL that's there. Okay, and I'll replace it with DHTest1 dot. I can't remember now. XYZ. Let's call it that, and then I can just export it, and then I can use the same plugin to import this into another place. So I export it to a file.
Apparently, it's got a migrate. I was looking that up on AI. Funny enough, it says you can migrate your WP website to your own domain. They've got a migration process and a video to do it.
Right. Okay.
They don't provide their own domain hosting, so you have to purchase all that separately. Follow their migration guide, wherever that is,
yeah, yeah,
That's
But
if Gemini is to be believed.
yeah, yeah.
And
So
this is the free one too, isn't it?
yeah,
So
yeah, the
that's
free
pretty
version. I've just downloaded. I've just downloaded that. Okay.
Mm. What about the
So
stock images though? Anyway, sorry, carry on.
so yeah. So I think that's I think I'll say that works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you see
Quite
a thing? His
impressive.
site will expire.
It was slightly longer than a minute.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, but not bad. What?
Yeah, even if you
Well,
pumped them out in an hour, David, you wouldn't be crying, would you?
no, no. I mean, I started that at 2:30, and it's 1:45 now. And
Yeah.
I've twatted around a bit going into ChatGPT and creating my content and gone in there, and it's not bad actually. I'm quite impressed. So I'll say that's a win.
Are you feeling worried about your profession now, David?
Yeah, I'm now worried about my career as that there's only you guys here, and I'll swear you all to secrecy.
You didn't record it anyway, David, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is actually recording now, isn't it? So
I
it's,
know.
so I think we're that bit is going to be on there, and I'll have to do an overview of the first bit so that we get there. But so that's so I'll have to make Simon the recorder monitor so that he reminds me every week.
No pressure, Simon.
Does he get a badge?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You have to record that.
One of those blue enamel badges. Yes.
Prefect on it, yeah.
So yeah, I think that's really good. I know that some people, you know, they say that they're nervous about making videos, going back to videos, and they were saying that that they would rather use an avatar, you know, because they get too embarrassed about making a talking head video, so they think they can't do it. But I think the answer that there are good ways of making avatars. I mean, you can do, and there are free ways as well. But I'm not sure there's. I think people need to get over themselves and just make them, and then eventually,
I mean,
like I said, to start with, you're crap, and then each time you make one, you're a little bit less crap than you were last time, so that you end up with you end up way more confident.
but it's also the thing, not wishing to identify with either group. If you get some people who've been talking for 3 minutes and you think, is he ever going to shut up? And there are other people who've been talking for 3 hours and you just think, I could sit here all day and listen.
Yes, that's true.
They may be saying exactly the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, sort of what we're talking about is 45 seconds, or you know. So as long as your hook's good, then maybe they'll listen to the rest. But yeah, I do know what you mean, especially YouTube videos. I mean, I look at history videos on YouTube, and some presenters have got a way with words and a way of presenting that makes you want to listen, and other people, they're clearly AI voices, or they're really jabbing out the words. You think, oh, I've had enough of that now. And I turned one off this morning, you know, that I was listening to, because I didn't like his voice. You know, the subject matter was probably okay, but it was
That's one of the great success. One of the reasons that David Attenborough has been so successful.
Really good.
He's interesting, and he's a voice most people want to listen to.
Yeah.
He's so sincere, and he's got real conviction, I think, and that comes across. And I think that the real raconteurs, though, people like, well, Peter Ustinov, I remember, and it's quite a skill that's few and far between. But I think if you're really interested in the subject, then you'll put up with pretty much not anything, but a lot.
Yeah, because Peter Ustinov is obviously he's been dead a while now, but he used to reel off loads of stories, and again, he's somebody you could listen to all day. I mean, I remember when he said it sort of during the war, he said that people just used to see queues and they never knew what they were for, but they just used to get on the end of the queue, you know. And he said he was in a queue, and this lady come up behind him holding her purse, you know, and then she stood there for a little while, and then she said, "Excuse me," she said, "What are we queuing up for?" He said, "The Tales of Hoffman," and she said, "We'll eat anything these days, won't we?"
Classic. Yeah.
Anyway, That's Peter Ustinov. The other thing is on the thing we can use AI for is if you do written blogs, and we still do because they've still got a place at the moment, and it helps promote your website, is to put a voice version at the bottom of the blog or at the top of the blog. One, Google likes it because it's to do with accessibility, so people can listen to what's written rather than having to read it, and you can have obviously some people may just listen to it preferentially, you know, sort of rather than read it. They might just sit back and drink their coffee and listen to what, not necessarily what you're saying, but there's what's being read out, you know. So I know Steffi's AI product, Your AI, is that will do it as well. That any blog you write, you just click on a button and it will produce the audio file for you, which you can then either embed on your website or download it and sort of re-upload it. But there are other places that you can do it. There's a free, you can get, I don't know, 15 minutes a month. It's called GoTalk.ai. But I haven't looked at it too much because I've only just started doing it myself, doing the written versions. But there's one called GoTalk AI. I think you get 15 minutes for free. I don't know if it's 15 minutes a month. I think it's 15 minutes a month. But there's a GoTalk, and you can get. They do have an option for English voices, which is the downfall of some of them, is that they've only got American voices, which is not a problem as such. You know, I mean, we're not anti-American as per se, but people that identify more with like sort of with like a voice like Jane's, you know, like a posh English voice than with a than with a Texas voice, and the same would go like for any other country as well, I guess. Like in Australia, I don't know if people prefer to hear an Australian accent. They probably would because they'd identify with it. So it's
depends on the product. David, I've got a question. On Facebook, you know, if you talk about I'm gonna get my teeth fixed, all these dental ads come up. Or I'm going to buy a car, all these car ads come up. Well, speaking of video, in the last 3 or 4 days, I've had about 15, I'd say 15, I'm a bit confused, 15 different programs come up, like, hey, lifetime deal was $200, now it's $19. But as soon as you go in there, every one of these, by the way, guys, to be wary of this trap, every one of them has got upgrades.
Yeah.
So some of them are horrible. So they got upgrade 1, upgrade, and you go, when's it going to stop? Upgrade 2, upgrade 3, and this $19 can become $200. And by the way, I don't mind that if I'm going to get a shitload of stuff that's good, but I'd rather just pay $200 to start and stop stuffing me around. But my question is for you guys, if any, please help me out. If you come across anything you think is a must-have, because I'm going to be doing a lot of videos, and you got some that have got 3D avatars. I'm not sure what your thoughts are on 3D versus real people. So I'm looking for something. I just don't want to get on the wrong track, you know, because I'm not going to. For sure, it's not going to be $19. It's going to be 19 plus another 20 for stage 2, another 30 for stage. You get the idea?
Yeah.
I think there's coming
I
a time when someone needs to. It could be, there's a business in it, isn't it? So take this sort of group, right? Someone who's charging a fee for people to join calls or whatever, and they are curating everything and cutting out the shit and giving people just the stuff that's right for their budgets and their time and all that stuff. It just doesn't seem to be there at the moment.
Yeah. But like talking heads, avatars, you can create them on Canva.
Right.
It does.
So, I think they might. Some of them might have even done this, David, because I'm a novice, right? Some of them might have even like gone to the well, so to speak, where the water is, and just put water in a plastic bottle, some put it in a can, some put it in, a cup. Get the idea? So it's the same thing being regurgitated in many different ways for a dummy like me to get sucked in and say, wow, that looks bloody fantastic. But and I've got Canva Pro, but I've got a team. I don't use any of my tools. I've got a team that uses my tools, you know. But I'll look at that more. But I don't mind spending the money. I just want to spend. I just want to buy the right one, or
Yeah.
right, even two.
And
Because sometimes, go ahead.
The other thing I've, which is sort of related to Jeff's thing, is that it would say $19, and then it will say, and you can get this, and it includes this feature, and you think the other feature is included in the $19, and you find you actually pay another $19 for it,
Exactly.
and so on with all the features, and you're under the impression that they're all included in it. This is brilliant, all for $19 a month,
Yeah.
and no, I've just bought 10 features and it's going to cost me $190 a month.
Yeah.
There's another trick too. I've been caught out many a time. Some of the keep an eye on this one too, guys. It's a new sort of a new scam. I've got the ideal thing for you guys here. Read this. Scam me if you can. Right. I've got the book here. What
And
it
well
is,
worth the £200 you paid for it.
well, it was blank. It was bloody blank when I got it. It was blank. Right.
Oh dear.
Anyway, I was about to say, what you do, you sign up and you don't realize the fine print, something like roughly renewable yearly. So in a year's time, they hit your credit card again because they've got your credit card.
Yeah.
You follow
I've
me?
seen that loads of times, and your 1995 is your introductory year, and next year they're going to charge you 195.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. Oh, there's just so many different, I just pick, and you can, and it's like, and the one with the 30-day trial or a 7-day trial, it's like scam me if you can. You can't get in touch with them. They run you around. Oh, we'll issue you with a what do you call it? A number, and just quote your number. Now you go across to this other department and quote number 99, and then they tell you to go. And you think, shit, it's only $20. I'll let it go.
Yeah, yeah. So that is there are loads of things around like that. There was one that's a complete scam. It's like you can host as many websites as you like for $19.99 forever.
Wow.
But it's not even. It looks a real convincing website, and it looks like it's on there, and it's actually a complete con. All they want is you to put your details in there.
Yeah.
Put your PayPal. It even comes up with a PayPal screen that looks real. You put in your PayPal email address and password, then they've got your email address and password, and it's kind of they're not giving you anything at all other than grabbing details and your cash. So it's
that's horrible. Yeah,
it's a thing you've got to look out. But there's the one of the best avatar things is HeyGen, HEYG.
Yeah, I use that.
Yeah, because you can actually upload a photograph of yourself, and then yourself can be talking. You can just then just put in a load of text. You can also record your own voice, and it will simulate your voice.
I'll drop one in the chat for you if you like.
Yeah, then you just key in a load of words, and then you will be saying those words. And you can speed yourself up and slow yourself down and do.
I remember Steffi had one of those. She'd created one of those for herself, and this was a peppercorn meeting. It must be probably a year ago now, and it was just amazing. I mean, we were all going, "Wow!" As this AI sort of model was speaking her words. It was fantastic. But of course, it was uncommon then, or rare.
Yeah. Certain things can pick it up. TikTok, for some unknown reason, picks it up. They don't like them because you're not allowed, because TikTok's thing is people for people still, and so if there's any indication, and that they just know from the way your arms move and other things that it's not a real person talking. Banks have been fooled by them. Chase Manhattan, somebody built one of these and just used it on the telephone, and it went through security because they use voice patterns. It just went through security. We assume they used 2 forms of ID. So because it came through on the right phone, we think it went through because the phone and the voice matched. So that's why it went through. Otherwise, you have to type in your password and code.
I've just dropped a very ordinary. It's one of our first ones. I've just dropped a very ordinary HeyGen into the chat for you guys. If you want to mute your sound and have a look, and it takes about 2 minutes. If you want to mute your sound, have a look at it. But it's a very ordinary one, but it gives you the concept. And that's just taken from my photograph and nothing else.
Yeah. yeah, so it's where's the we've only got a minute left. Okay, so anyway, save the chat. And or I'll put do you want me to put, shall I put a link to it on the website? I'll put a link to it on the actual video later on. The video won't be out today because I need to remake the first half, so I'll roughly say what you guys do. But thanks for coming along today. I don't know whether we should be running next week or not. It's Good Friday. What do people do stuff on Good Friday? I don't know.
I think a lot of people are off, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll be
I think I
away.
might not do it next week because it's a bank
Yeah.
holiday here. So
Yeah.
but we'll reconvene the week after. And
I would also say my experience of things like that is you're going to be here and nobody else. You'll be thinking, I really said we'd have it on Good Friday, and then you'll be the only one here, and you think I could have done something instead of.
yeah. So we'll do that anyway. Well, we'll have a break next week. We'll come back the week after. But thanks for coming along, guys. It's been fascinating. I love these meetings because we get so much information passed around from each other, and it's different perspectives and gives you things to think about. And it's been good. Every single person has contributed, so that's great.
Yeah. Thanks, David.
Right,
Appreciate it.
so we'll see you next time.
Well,
No
thank you
worries.
very much.
David.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks,
Have
everyone.
good weekend,
Bye.
everyone.
All right,
You
see you
too.
guys.
Bye. Thank you.
See you, Sharon.
Bye bye.